All the cameras loading. There we go. Hello, everybody. Oh, wait, no. One of the cameras isn't working. False start.
I told you.
Oh, no, it just loaded slow. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a very special one-shot. I am your GM, Steve, and I'm joined by Nina, Rick, and Richard. Together, we are Recall Knowledge, a group of 5e vets going on a journey to crit fumble our way through learning Pathfinder. And joining us tonight are some extra special guests, Sam and Vanessa Hoskins. Say hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
I am your humble GM, Steve, who has been very excited planning this little one-shot to show off all the new classes. There's been so much to cover, and honestly, I'm sure there's a lot more we're going to figure out together live tonight, because there's no way to cover all of the corner cases. You can find me on Twitter at SteveTheDM, and right here on this Twitch channel every Wednesday night, running games for Recall Knowledge. Nina, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and who you're going to be playing tonight?
Hello. So, it's Nina. I'll be playing Ingrid Tagabukid, a war priest cleric, who's a dwarf who just wants to find her the one, you know.
Aww.
Yeah, she just wants to find the one, but she's so tiny, and so it's a challenge for her.
Okay. Rick, why don't you follow up? We're going to go with Recall Knowledge first, and then we'll get to our guests, because you guys are the special ones.
I'm not muted, but my name is Ricardo, and I will be playing Halar Mani if you say it really fast. And I'll be playing a elfin psychic.
Okay. Very cool. And last to round off our trio of players, how about Richard?
Muted.
Oh my god, yeah, hold the muted sign
There
up.
we go. I have the sign. No one else has a sign, so you gotta tell me.
This is the universal language for you, muted.
Yep, muted. As I was saying, my name is Richard. I'll be playing Puck, the sprite summoner, who is a champion of truth, justice, and true love.
What a combination. All right, and now for our guests, Sam, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself here?
Hey, hello, I am Sam. I also go by Scribbles. I'm the community manager over at Weave the Tale Network. And I'm excited to just be playing a game. Tonight I am playing Belen Ravenswood of the Thaumaturge class. Basically, I will pull something out of my pocket and it will solve the class. Thaumaturge something.
Thaumaturge.
I've been trying to say it like the whole time.
I always say Thaumaturge in my head.
But yeah, you can catch me. Ooh, I like the way that sounds. What about that, Thaumaturge? I will pull something out of my pocket class. Yes. But yeah, other than that, you can catch me on Fridays playing 2 over on Weave the Tale. That's on Kickstarter right now. Or on Sundays playing Pathfinder 2e Age of Ashes. But yeah.
Very, very cool. All right, and last but not least, Vanessa. Vanessa, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Vanessa Hoskins. I'm a frequent Paizo freelancer. I'm also a No Direction member, staff member, and co-host of the No Direction Beyond show, talking about Starfinder stuff. I'm also on Roll for Combat as an actual play member on the Three Ring Adventure show, and I am the co-author of Vellum and Lace, an original Galarian fiction that will be published on Pathfinder Infinite in 1 week from today. So we will have a day 1 story. Should be really exciting.
That is really cool. You got to go check that out, guys. I'm out of the loop. I didn't realize Pathfinder Infinite was launching that soon.
Yeah, it's coming out in a week. They basically gave everyone 3 weeks to get things going. Right. And from the go, I said, I want to do fiction. And I reached out to a friend of mine, Helen Savor, who is an established fiction author, published fiction author, and said, hey, do you want to write this crazy thing with me? And she said yes, because she has a low wisdom score. So we wrote the prologue in 2 very fast, flurious weeks, and ordered cover art and did all the things we need to do, and we're ready to go. And we have a week to go, so.
Yeah, that's really exciting. You get to be launch day ready. All right,
exactly.
So go check it out.
You can find me on Twitch at Ninja Cat Vanessa, and if you're just interested in Vellum and Lace, you can find that on Twitch at Vellum and Lace.
You guys have your own Twitch channel?
Did I say Twitch? I meant Twitter.
Got it. Rewind.
I'm so tired. It is Eastern time for me, so yes. It is late already, and I almost out of coffee. So.
Oh man, yeah. Sam and Vanessa are East Coasters joining us West Coasters, so this should be fun. All right. Well, we don't have too much time tonight because we got a lot to get through. So let's go ahead and just jump right the heck into it and get going. And because we are leaning so heavily into these anime tropes, what better way to start than with a recap of last episode? Previously on Super Princess Gem Hunters, The Dark Archives. We see an ancient dragon resting on top of a mountain. The adventurers are all gathered around them, listening to their tale. The legends are true. Only by finding the gems do we stand a chance. We smash cut to the group at a hot springs. Cecile is being aloof, avoiding the water by holding on to the ceiling.
Why do we have to be the ones in charge of something so powerful anyway?
I don't fucking know. Let go. Come on, I can catch you.
No, I can see everything just fine from here, thanks.
Okay, but I'm here if you needed me.
We cut to a small hut on the edge of the swamp. An elderly lady sits in her rocking chair, pointing out deeper into the swamp. The old temple is that way, but nobody dares go that way anymore.
What a peculiar old lady. Do you think perchance she's the villain in disguise? But why do you think nobody goes there? Suspicious.
Very suspicious. But if we go there, something's gonna try and kill us. We should go check it out.
We can see the characters fighting their way against various jungle creatures, approaching the front of a temple. It is choked with vines and plants as it juts up from beneath the ground.
I think we may have found it.
Like, oh my goddess. Totally.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Oh my gosh, it looks dangerous. Watch your step, everyone!
Last cut, we see a zoomed-in foot walking down a corridor. The floor beneath the foot presses down with a click. Buzzing fills the air. The camera pans up, and we see Ingrid is the one setting off the trap.
Ah, shit.
Well, at least it got interesting.
And smash cut to the Super Gem Hunters Princess Bubblegum intro theme song that rocks out, which we don't have. Just insert your imagination here. We tried to have it and then we got sued, so we had to cut that. Yeah, that's okay. Big anime, just sitting putting down the little man. Anyways, we cut back from our intro, and guys, we are in the thick of it. So
maybe don't step off of it. Maybe if you stand on it.
I don't know. I did not see it. I didn't see it.
Walk backwards.
I bet you it was that old lady.
No, it was because I was distracted by Maurice. Fuck, why do you got to make him so cute?
So,
as the camera... Would you just pay attention, please?
I'm stepping on it. I'm so sorry.
As the camera fades in, we hear a loud clicking noise. Ingrid has stumbled onto the pressure plate, activating a trap. Immediately, the sound of buzzing fills the air. The walls of these tunnels are choked with thick vines and vegetation. The first immediate thought is bees. But that is replaced as behind the group, lightning begins to crackle and blast from one wall to the next. the group all look at each other and loudly exclaim in unison, "Run!" I don't know how your character would say it, but there you go.
Run!
Fly, you fools.
You begin to dash down the hallway, running away as fast as you can, with the lightning blast erupting from behind the walls, just narrowly missing you.
I hate storms.
Onward, Maurice.
We are in a chase. So you guys must navigate all these obstacles that are coming up ahead of you as best you can while you're being chased by the lightning that's filling the rooms behind you as you run through. While in this chase, the rules are every person gets one action to help the group per round to advance the group to whatever obstacle you're facing. A success on your check earns the group 1 point. A critical success earns your group 2 points. However, a critical failure will earn the group 1 loss of a point in overcoming the obstacle. The lightning is 1 round behind you guys, so it's constantly going to be chasing after you. And if it catches up, you will begin to take damage from it as you navigate through the obstacles until you're out of it. So, as you guys are dashing down the hallway towards your first obstacle, the hallway opens into a large domed room. So you enter a large domed room with vines clinging to the walls, obscuring most of their imagery. Various symbols are painted across the checkerboard-like floor. Skulls, plants, lightning bolts, flames. They repeat across the room, across the tiles. On the opposite end lies a strange altar with glowing light standing before a closed door. And again, the lightning is crackling and it's literally right behind you guys. So, you guys can go ahead and tell me how you guys would help to navigate across this trap, and everyone gets 1 chance.
Ooh. So, okay, you said there's vines running up the walls. I'd like to see if there's a way I could, like, climb up there and maybe try and pull one down, so we could swing across a bunch of this stuff, maybe get all the way to the altar.
Yeah, that sounds like an awesome way to do it.
All right, so I am gonna make, for climbing, I'm gonna make an athletics check.
I would say let's do an athletics check on this. This is the first actual roll of the night. Let's see.
All right, let's do it again.
That sets the tone. Okay, well that's 2 successes. So Cecile immediately up the side of the wall, grabs a vine, pulls it down, and gives you guys essentially a Tarzan rope to swing across this thing. So that's 2 successes you need towards advancing to the next obstacle. That's really awesome. What a way to start. All right, who's up next?
What's behind us again, Steve?
A tiny hall, like a hallway, the one that you like click the trap, and you turn back, and like lightning is shooting from wall to wall, catching up with you. Like in a few seconds, it's gonna be right on you.
Ah, shit. I will. What do I have a sense that it's magical?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool. I will. Whatever this is that's coming, I'm gonna dispel magic.
Oh. You're trying to dispel the entire lightning hallway?
Yeah, I'm just giving everyone some run.
Okay, so this is gonna be a an Arcana check to counteract the lightning that's pulsing down the hallway. So make an active Arcana check.
I'm not great with that one, but that's a 17.
17. So you reach back and you manage with a 17 to you don't put out the whole lightning, right? Going back down the hallway. But you do manage to like buy yourself some time. So I'll count that as a success towards defeating this obstacle. So that's 1 more success that you need to get through this. Just by buying your team enough time to figure out what to do next.
Yeah.
Could you put the description of the room into the chat by any chance, if you have it?
Not easily. I guess I can copy paste.
It was a big round room, dome ceiling, glowing altar in the middle, checkerboard floor with runes, right?
Yeah, with the runes, right?
Yeah, you're basically standing right over like a checkerboard thing where presumably, I mean, no one's even tried stepping on it yet, but presumably the wrong step could be bad.
I got some vines we could swing across.
Mm-hmm.
Avoid some runes.
Also, Puck, you literally can fly over this, and I would count that as a success because
I don't have wings.
Oh, do you not? Oh, is Maurice not with you?
Maurice can't fly unless I do
some
this
stuff.
evolution. Yeah.
Got it. I did not know that. I just assumed. Okay. So perfect. Anyone else got any other bright ideas? We got 3 successes we need.
How
There's
many
no wrong
successes? How many
answers.
successes?
There's 3 successes.
All right. Can I levitate myself up and use my mage hand to grab the thing and just pull myself across?
I guess, yeah. If you can do that, then yeah.
I will do that. Follow me, please.
Does levitate cost a spell slot, or is it just a cantrip? Is it a spell slot?
Second
Oh,
level.
that's totally worth it. Yeah, so you spend the spell slot and you go up and you just kind of levitate and guide yourself across the ceiling and the vines. And I think that's the 4th success. So what I'm going to say is I'm only requiring 4 successes per obstacle here. So this one, Hal Harmony does that, and then the rest of you grab the vine and as a group comically swing across and land on the other side, and you successfully navigated past your first obstacle, and you've landed at the next one. So the next obstacle, before you is a thick metal door with no signs of any way to open it. A strange altar covered in weird runic symbols and buttons sit here, flashing. Whatever means there is of opening this door must go through this weird altar. And we still have Bellin and Puck, who have not acted in this round yet, so you guys still have opportunity to make an action before the lightning advances.
So there's flashing buttons.
For us in the audience, it looks very kind of futuristically sci-fi Star Trek-y console, but to your characters, it's probably pretty alien.
Bellin will look at Puck out of the corner of her eye as she's reaching towards the button. Do we push it?
Puck will take a look at it and try to use Arcana to see if he recognizes any sort of patterns or anything, or runes.
Sure. Why don't you give me probably a perception check then?
Do we have time to think about this?
20.
So with a 20, as you try to look at the runes and make some sense of it, a 20 is actually a failure on this. So you don't lose points, but you have not gained a point towards your guys' success. So you spend some time and you don't make any heads or tails of the runes.
You seem foreign to me. Well, also it's a little hard to see on that altar. Maurice, can you lift me up a little bit? And you see this dragon head lift up so the little sprite can see the console better.
Cool. So the last person that hasn't acted in this round yet is Bellin.
Can I use trick magic item?
Ooh.
Throw that in there.
I mean,
Sounds really cool.
it sounds like a thing you should be able to do.
Sounds cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna use a check using the item's magic tradition. So essentially just an Arcana check for it.
It would, yes. So let's go ahead and make an Arcana check. You just innately have a sense of understanding things you don't understand. And let's see how that rolls.
Maybe.
Well, unfortunately, with a 15 as your roll, you go over it. You try really hard, but you're unable to successfully navigate the complexities of this specific magical item. And that completes our first round of everyone acting. And Ingrid, you still facing back at the lightning that you've dispelled. And then all of a sudden it spills forth out of the room and it's now blasting over all the marble tiled. So it's still right behind you guys, but it hasn't quite caught up to you yet.
Oh no!
Is there a door that I could close?
There isn't.
Shit.
It's the door we're trying to open.
There's a door you're trying to open to get through to safety. So we're back to the second round. Remember, there's no initiative, so anyone can act in any order. It's just everyone has to act once per round.
We're trying to open this door, not close one. Oh my goodness.
I know. I'm trying to give you guys some time. Just focus on that. I'll focus over here, and then I'm gonna try and I'm gonna pull out my religious symbol, and then I'll say, "Under the powers of guidance, stop." I don't know what you want me to roll for that one?
I mean,
Diplomacy?
Stop!
Excuse me, like
you know what?
lightning, can you please not strike us like today?
Yeah,
that would be
listen to
really bad for
Serene.
my fur.
I would absolutely allow a diplomacy check. It's going to be an insanely high DC because you're trying to talk down lightning, but maybe it'll work. Let's see.
Kaiden! Come on, Kaiden! 22!
22 is not enough to talk down the lightning, unfortunately.
Listen to me!
But you still do it while everything else is going on. So the camera shifts away from you, talking back the lightning to the other four huddled around the door.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe she's talking to lightning. Cecile is going to try and figure out this weird console thing. Can I try occultism on it?
I will allow occultism. It's going to be a slightly higher DC than an Arcana check, but it is definitely in that realm.
I could do Arcana instead.
Well, that's up to you.
If that seems more appropriate, I'll do Arcana. But she's trying to use her knowledge to figure out what this console does or how to use it.
Sure. So we can call that a recall knowledge check.
Sure. Oh, I rolled bad. I got a 5 on the die.
Yeah, you guys are getting some pretty terrible
It's gonna be a
rolls.
fun night. It's gonna be a fun night.
It's one of those
Where's
nights.
mine? I wanted nat 20s all night. I don't know what's happening.
Actually, interestingly enough, so I've set different DCs for different sort of abilities here. Arcana, I set the DC at 16. So Bellin was
really?
only one
Okay.
off last time. So
Okay.
you look over this and you make some heads or tail out of the way the magic is flowing through this, and you think you start unraveling some of the buttons. You actually start pushing some of the buttons, and the door like squeezes up like a few inches, and then you push something wrong and it slams back down. But you've made one success towards opening this door.
Hairballs.
Balin will shout back at Halar, "Lift me up! The two of us are too short over here."
Okay, please. 1 second, please. Oh, I forgot. I can't do that yet. All right, pick up. There you go.
Use your hands. There we go. So I'm going to attempt an Arcana check. Can we count this as an aid as well?
Well, you could use. I would allow you to allow if Hal wants to use his turn to aid you, then yeah.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Here,
So I'm fine with that. Yeah. So Hal, why don't you make a? You know what? I'm just gonna allow your aid to critically succeed because you're lifting up a tiny halfling. I think that's fine. I don't feel like there's a role here that would be appropriate to challenge you.
I'm also a lifting belt. It's easy for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's also basically a bundle of blankets, so
21's a success. So you begin to make more heads and tails, and you push a few buttons, and you manage to lift it up, and you've cleared about 8 inches of this door rising up off the floor. That's 2 successes towards getting out.
All right, this is probably gonna be pretty stupid, but
Perfect.
Do it.
do it.
I'm leaning into the anime tropes. So you see, so after Bellin's kind of lifting up the door and it lifts up, the scene cuts, and you just see Maurice's body, this medium-sized dragon, as the head slowly lifts up, and you see standing on his head, Puck, the sprite, side shave, long hair, billowing in a non-existent wind, and he just glares at the door and says, "In the name of justice, open!" And I'm gonna try to intimidate the door.
Let's do it. Maybe there's some sentience to this door. I think now is a good time to point out that the whole time this is going on, in the background, there's just a sword that Hal has that is just constantly singing, right? Just annoying the heck out of you guys. Just sing, 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 sing.
That's a 25 for Puck's intimidation.
Yes, it is. I'm feeling merciful. I will count that as a success. That's a pretty good roll. I will count that as a success. That's the 3rd success this round. However, that means everyone's acted and you have not gotten through the door. So the door actually lifts a bit more. And as it does, zap, 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 the lightning just flows over and like right over the top of you guys and begins zapping the heck out of everyone. So what I need is for you guys to make Reflex saving throws, please. This is a basic reflex save.
Ooh, I did pretty good.
Why isn't mine popping up?
The DC is 20, so it looks like it's a lot of dice rolling out there.
It is.
How many times did you roll, Ingrid?
Once?
I see two.
Twice.
So
Okay.
everyone succeeded except for Halarmani.
No.
So everyone takes half of that 19 damage, so 9 damage each. You can either apply the half from the damage roll or manage it. Hal, you're going to take the full 19. And we're in round 3 of the chase with the lightning still pulsing over you guys. And you're only one success from getting through this door.
How much longer do you guys have?
All right. This is quite the stubborn door. Does not believe in justice. And then Maurice to the panel, and Maurice will walk Puck over to the panel, and I'll attempt to use Arcana as well.
Okay. Make that Arcana check. We know the DC for the Arcana checks are 16. You're only one success from getting through. 18, you did
That
it.
is an 18.
So you walk over, confident, do the last little bits. The door flies open. All you're doing, by the way. And you guys all rush through the open door into the next obstacle.
Whew.
But leaving the lightning for momentarily because it's still zapping behind you. You stumble through this door into a maze of bramble thorns from floor to ceiling. Small flowers here give off like a dim light, leading you through all of their twists and turns. You guys need to find a way through this maze and fast.
All right.
So Puck's already acted this round. The other 4 characters still have a round to act before the lightning catches up.
So I'd like to try something. So Cecile is going to pull the elven curve blade off her back, and she is going to try and hack through it. Come on, we gotta get through all these brambles. These don't look like any fun. And I'm gonna make a strike.
Yeah, make an attack roll here. Make a strike.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It was on a 19 for a second.
It was. An 18 is still enough to hit these brambles. So you're good, but you need to roll damage to damage, do enough damage to actually bust through it.
Oh, okay, sure.
There is a damage threshold here.
Interesting. 13.
Okay,
Slashing damage.
So because 13 is not enough to break through, but it is weak to slashing. So the 18 is enough to carve a hole through some of these brambles and advance your position. That's one success through the bramble maze. Nice.
After seeing Cecile, Hal closes his eyes and his hands to his temples, and he casts telekinetic rend, and I'll amp it out and make it burst.
Oh, yes. So this is a reflex save, right? The brambles fail their reflex save because it's a fortitude save. Okay, I will.
And it's going to be 2 bursts since I amped it.
It fails its fortitude saving throw. So you can roll the damage on that. It's damage. It's bludgeoning and slashing, right? So it's like.
Oh.
Okay, it's 12 bludgeoning. It takes 5 extra because there's partial slashing damage. That's enough. You cut through another section, advance further. That's 2 successes to get through the brambles. Very good. So that leaves. Yeah, good.
Yeah, so while they're like hacking and slashing through the brambles and leaves are like falling to the ground, Bellin will like bend down to like start picking up the leaves and like looking at them and looking at the flowers because some of them are lit, you said?
Yes, some of the flowers are actually like lit here.
So they're going to make a nature check to see if there's some sort of pattern with the way that the flowers are lit, to see if there's an actual path.
Absolutely. Give me that nature check.
Nature.
Fingers crossed. Man, you guys in your low rolls tonight. So
Oh, that music was
Good timing on
Time
music.
so well though.
I'm sorry, but a 15 is just not enough. It's a little low for the nature check to navigate through this. So I think what happens is you think you get the trail and you start following the flowers, and everyone kind of follows you a little bit, and then you realize you've doubled back and the lightning is like coming right back at you, and you all got to back up and turn and run the other way. So that's a failure.
Just kidding, guys.
It tricked you. The plants are, you've learned now these plants are not neutral, they are malicious and trying to guide you to your doom. So that leaves Ingrid.
I'm gonna heal Hal.
Okay.
Alright, Hal, do whatever you can.
Right.
So,
Do your best.
so you're casting like the heal spell?
No, just battle medicine. So
Oh,
I'm
battle
gonna do a
medicine. Sure.
check for you. Yeah.
So you stop and you go ahead and roll that. You're patching them up.
17.
17 is a fail on your check.
Oh
but
boy, I don't want to hurt Hal.
It's not a critical fail, so what does a fail do for battle medicine? Is it just doesn't heal?
Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, look it up. And so as you're like, here, Hal, I got you. You're taping them up. Everyone's eyes go wide as the lightning comes into the like thorns, and then from the brambles all around you, the lightning is zapping everyone again because it's caught up with you. So I need everyone to make a reflex save. DC 20 reflex save.
Darn it.
Good. It's good. It's good. That one's not so good.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Huck.
Fuck.
So everyone succeeded except for Puck, who critically failed. Puck, are you using a hero point?
I am going to use it. You got me doing the accent, Ingrid. I will use a hero point.
Got it. You fell into the Mukta trap of spending your hero points.
That's so funny.
28.
Okay, so everyone succeeds. So everyone's only going to take half damage. So that's going to be 21 half to 10. So go ahead and take 10 damage. And we move to the next round as the lightning is zapped through you. You've made it about halfway through this bramble maze.
He doesn't get any healing at all.
Okay. He just doesn't get hurt though. Perfect.
Seeing as everyone's gone again, Puck astride Maurice. Maurice, it's up to us. Come. The fires of justice will show us our path. And Maurice will use his dragon's breath.
What's the area on that?
30-foot cone.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Go ahead and just roll the damage on that for me. Basic reflex save.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say it fails. It's a reflex save. Oh, there's a button that says level damage.
Level damage, there we go.
It'll roll there.
13 points of damage.
It's actually, surprise, surprise, weak to fire, so it's more than that. And the fire blasts a hole, and you take one more success and move one step closer. One more success from being through. As you guys all tunnel through, and the like little embers are like burning, and you all are stumbling over each other to get to the exit.
Oh goodness.
Who wants to go next?
Seeing what Puck did, I'm gonna just try and damage it as well. I mean, I don't have anything fire, but I'm just gonna do a divine lance on it.
Okay.
So that would be... That's a 16.
So you deal 16 points of good damage. Is your DD what?
No, that's 16 a hit.
Oh, 16 hits.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. But like you deal the damage based on your D. So what sort of damage are you doing? This is good damage?
Chaotic, good. Yeah, good.
Good damage. Well, it's interesting because I did say earlier that the flowers were evil. I mean,
true.
These are evil-ish.
You said malicious flowers.
So it does take 10 points of
Malicious.
good damage, and actually, surprisingly, the plants begin to wilt a bit from this damage, but it's not enough to bust through. 10 points of damage is not enough to bust through all the way. But you've learned that they are a little bit evil.
Okay.
And Steve, I rolled a d4 for my breath weapon to come back, so 1 round to come back.
One round it comes back. Perfect.
Oh, cool. Do you want to use it then? Or did you just
no,
You
it'll be
used it
next
this round, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Sorry, I lost track. I'm gonna just keep hacking through these things. I feel like we're almost to the other side.
Yeah, you can see the exit. It's like partially through the good divine damage thing. You can see the exit right there.
All right. Well, I'm gonna make another slash and see what we can do.
Let's do it.
Come on, high roll. 21.
21 hits.
regular hit. Let's see if I do enough damage.
It wasn't a high roll.
Wow.
19 points of damage. You slash through
19?
the bits and bust through, and you all exit the bramble maze. Instead of navigating the path, you just hack your way right down the middle, and in your wake is like burning embers, wilted plants, and lightning coursing through the room. And you make your way through this obstacle to our final obstacle.
Wait, like, that was a maze?
Yeah.
Amazing.
The direct path to the truth is always the most righteous one.
You make it through the maze and find yourself almost falling off into a large pit. So like Cecile is going first and chopping through and goes out, and you stop, and the person behind you bumps you, and you all bump each other, and Cecile almost falls over, and Ingrid reaches out and catches her.
Oh.
And you can see
Careful.
At the bottom of this like large pit, there's a remnant of an old bridge that spanned this gap that has rotted away. Beneath you, the sloped walls run with fresh water, making like a waterfall sound, making it very loud and hard to communicate in here, which actually causes your sword howl to just start singing even louder. Long vines hang from the ceiling down over the pit, making it look like a rope course across the darkness. On the other end, away across the gap, it looks like a staircase leads down to potential safety. And I think there's only... No, Ingrid and Hal have not acted this round. Or who hasn't acted this round? Oh, it's just Puck and Cecile?
Mm-hmm.
So Ingrid, Hal, and Bellin all have a chance to act.
I acted last round with my divine lance.
You did, that's right. So it's just Hal and Bellin.
Oh, jeez. You can do it. Be amazing.
It's in a pit, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It used to just be a nice bridge across this, and now what's left is a pit in its wake. So vines hanging down. You could you've already swung across vines once. You could always repeat the same trick, but the walls look like climbable. And it's probably about 40-50 feet across this pit.
And you said there was like a messed up bridge there, or is it not there?
The bridge used to be there. You can see the remnants of the bridge that's rotted away. So the bridge is not there anymore. It's just like the beginning of the bridge is like right where you almost fell off of.
Gotcha, okay.
And then you said there's a staircase on the other side.
Yeah, the staircase is your freedom. If you get down that staircase, the lightning can't follow you anymore.
Tricky.
There's also just a pit straight down. You look down, it's like a waterfall, and the wall is sloped slightly. So it is potentially, you could just take your chances and jump and water slide down into the darkness. Or if you fall, that's what happens too.
Slide into the darkness.
Question while we're figuring out.
Sure.
What level do our focus spells heighten to currently? What
3.
level?
Third
3,
level.
okay.
Hmm.
So, Hal or Bellin? Time's ticking.
Well,
the lightning's gonna catch.
Try to levitate myself again and pull across in the rust. I don't know what else.
Hal, wait, let me heal you first. Can I heal everyone before?
You've already acted, so you can't, unfortunately.
Never mind.
So, Hal, you want to levitate away? Perfect. Levitating up and across and grabbing the vines and guiding yourself, that's a success towards the group's success. Even if it's just saving your own skin, it still collectively is a success. So that's one success.
Lets us know like the vines are stable enough to climb and grab onto as well.
That's true. He's not as heavy because he's weightless, but yes, that is true. And then Bellin. The camera pans and shows Bellin worried looking at her face. Hasn't made a good roll yet tonight. That's about to change right here, I promise.
Maybe. With a bad decision, as you see Bellin like looking over into this pit and at this water slide type thing, and then back into the darkness, and then they look up. Is this a bad idea?
There's no bad ideas.
Hey, we're gonna try this water slide.
Very nice. So you just like leap and jump?
I'll let you guys know if it's safe.
Oh no.
You hear that voice trailing as it descends down the darkness. All right. I mean, that's kind of a success for Bellin. Maybe we'll see in a second.
Bella's got this.
So
It was a short guest spot.
We split the party, sort of, and the lightning now like is coming through this room. So what I will allow is if you guys all make that choice, you can either jump and follow before the lightning floods into the room, or take your chances with the lightning and try to make it across.
Oh, I was gonna jump anyway.
Oh, okay.
All for one and one for all.
So
There we go.
Ingrid, because Hal's floating, levitating up in the vines.
Catch me!
Are you able to turn off your levitate at will, Hal? Is it sustained?
The levitate spell is. Pop it up.
Yeah.
It is not sustained.
So you're just
It's
stuck
just a
here.
5-minute spell.
Great. That is interesting. All right. Well, you guys all jump down to the.
I think dismiss is a regular special activity, one action. You end one spell or magical effect. I don't think it has to be like.
That's true because it's not. It's not actually.
Oh, it says this must be an effect you are allowed to dismiss as defined by the spell or item.
I'm gonna say what happens. You all jump down. Hal's left behind, and it takes him a second to start falling. So the lightning does flood into the room with you, Hal. Hal, can you make a reflex save? Just Hal. DC 20 reflex save. 20, so that's barely a success, but it is a success. So you're gonna take the last bit of lightning damage. Let me roll that. So you take half of that, so you take half of 15, so you take 7 electricity damage, and then you two plummet down into the darkness, and we switch gears, and we got that scene in Goonies where they're going down the water slide, and everyone's going like, ah, and like going and splitting, and like things are hitting you in the face, and you're tumbling. Everyone that's on the water slide, including Hal now, can you please make DC 20 fortitude saves? Fortitude?
Oh, no.
This is a fortitude save.
I was hoping to make an acrobatics check to avoid all the stuff. This is supposed to be the consequence of failing the chase, and wow, Huck. All right.
So yes, I'm going to just ask for the fortitude save.
Okay.
Oh,
Natural 20 for Maurice.
Huck and Maurice showing you how it's done.
Maurice is pretty much on all fours, like water skiing almost down this slide, and then Puck is on his back, like surfing Maurice.
Very nice. And Ingrid, I think I'm missing your fortitude save.
Here we go. 30.
Critical success. So Ingrid, Maurice, and Puck take no damage from the water slide. Everyone else, Hal takes half damage, and then everyone else takes the full 26. So 13 to Hal.
Oh, gee.
No, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Cecile and Brelin take the full 26. Hal takes the 13, and then Ingrid, Maurice, and Puck are fine.
Lord, let me
And you
heal.
successfully completed. Above you guys, crackling. The whole room fills with lightning and crackles, and that's all you hear is the buzzing as you slide down deeper into the darkness. And we've done it. We've finished. We've made it through the chase.
Instantly healing everyone.
Yeah.
I'm wet and I'm all beat up.
I got you.
Yeah. So you're immediately going to heal, but like you haven't even seen, like you haven't really had described like what happened, right? So what happens is as you come down this water slide type ability. Oh, you just casting the heal spell. I see. Okay. You like stumble through the puddle, and then everyone like ends up like in a shallow pool of water, pretty banged up, except for of course Ingrid and Puck and Maurice, who look a-okay. You emerge from the dangers one by one. Your group spills into this newly brightly lit chamber, and you can feel now that you guys have gone down quite a bit. You are far beneath the surface, splashing into this pool of cool, refreshing water. Almost immediately, it becomes apparent that you are in a temple of some sort. Plants and vegetations cover this entire chamber, with the otherwise quiet space filled with the sounds of a small stream jutting in from one wall and out the other. And again, as I'm pointing out sounds, in this peaceful serenity. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. Your sword is just belting it out. The fresh soil and flowers fill the air, giving a nice, calm, refreshing scene here. A very stark contrast to what you saw above. And at the head of this room, past a large statue, the statue is of a large womanly figure raised up over the room, watching it. And then beyond that is a platform at the head of the room. A bright globe sits here, resembling the sun, floating in the middle of this room, putting out a pulsating bright yellow light. And as you feel the light touch your skin, you realize this is not simply some magical light. The warmth reminds you of the sun itself. And that is where you guys find yourself spilled from above to here. So you guys look pretty beat up, I gotta say. Hal is near death, but you survived.
Cecile looks for a spot where that light is hitting that is not, wet, like in a nice dry spot. She walks around it several times, and she finally sits down on the floor and just,
Yeah. So there's this little stream. There's a little plywood kind of plank bridge that you can scoot across pretty easily and then sit pretty close. To do that, you're kind of near that statue, and the sun hits your fur and starts drying you immediately. Mm-hmm. And Ingrid, you were healing that heal spell, so that's 8 to everyone. Mm-hmm. I think that was 8 to everyone.
Yeah, I think that was a quick 3-action heal.
Yep.
So everyone can get healed for 8, but there doesn't appear to be any immediate danger, so this would be a time where you could stop, patch yourself up, and we're entering an exploration moment. Mm-hmm. So, as we're in this exploration phase, in this beautiful, serene temple, what would you guys like to do?
I am injured. Someone please help me.
Yes, yeah, hang on. I got you. Kaden and me is here. So I'm gonna cast... I'm just gonna do treat wounds on anyone that needs it.
Sounds like everyone.
I'll do 2 and 1 first. Yeah, 2 and 2 first. So I'm gonna go with the least healthy one. So Hal and Cecile first.
Okay. So you can make those rolls. There doesn't appear to be any immediate danger here, so I assume. Oh, nice. 31. That's a success. Probably critical success. That's a critical success, yeah. Well,
sweet.
I think the standard level DC at 6 is 22, but maybe it's 21.
Well, with medicine, you pick the DC, so it's what you're going for. So it starts at 15, and then there's a...
Yeah, so this is a critical success. That's fine. I'm not too worried about micromanaging you guys healing here. You guys, the main thing is you guys survive the threats of above. So
23.
Narratively, we'll extrapolate this roll out as Ingrid goes around and starts patching everyone up one by one, giving you guys a moment of self-reflection and figuring out what this room's about and what you guys are going to do next. So everyone, go ahead and add 23 healing to your character.
Maurice, from Maurice floating with a mage hand, you see a tiny little vial. This is a healing potion. It will be pretty effective for people of your size as well. So whoever wants a minor healing potion can take it.
Anyone jump at it?
I have a couple. I'm still hurt a little bit, so I have my own that I was gonna drink.
No, I'll heal everyone till full.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we'll hang out here long enough to do that. Okay.
Because you can treat one person for 10 minutes, and there's basically...
I can treat 2 for 10 minutes.
Got it, 2 per 10 minutes.
And you have continuous, so you can just keep doing it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
So yeah, you can patch everyone up. So you know what? Everyone take full health. It's not going to take too long. But sure, I will say, as you're going through this and patching up, and you've been here for about 15 minutes just catching your breath, probably... Bellin, you notice a slight rustling in the plants on the other side of the shore from where you are, and you get the sense that maybe you're not alone here.
Bellin will point this out to the group and is then going to very slowly like walk forward, looking to see if like there's any sort of tracks as they go. Like they're trying not to be like super obvious about it because they've kind of been wandering around anyways, just looking. But they're gonna kind of meander in that direction and
Sure.
are looking for tracks.
Make a perception check for me.
All right.
I've also moved you guys over to this map just to give you guys a sense of what you're seeing. 31, pretty dang good.
There we go.
There's a good roll.
Finally.
Just not when you're under like pressure, right?
Yeah.
So,
Gotta chill
so
out.
as you kind of look through the banks, they are very hard to see. The average person would not even notice they're there, but your trained eye, you pick up on tiny humanoid sort of footprints. But as you look through like the sort of like footprints left in the mud, they're not paw prints, they're not boot prints. They almost look like indentations of just bone, like skeletal shapes of footprints. And as you kind of follow them with your eyes looking up, with a 31, almost impossibly camouflaged within this sort of like greenery in this dark kind of light, you see somebody up ahead wearing like a mossy green hood, like literally a layer of moss growing on the outside that camouflages it. And it just seems to be walking up and down the shoreline, not paying any attention to you.
Sure, do you think it's patrolling?
Should we just go ask it?
Yeah, has it noticed us? Has it noticed us yet?
What's
Not
the-
from what you can tell.
As once Bellin has pointed out that there's possibly villains nearby, Puck and Maurice will stride forward. Reveal yourselves. Are you villains?
Puck!
Yeah, so Puck strides forward, confidence in his voice, in their voice, as they speak command. You speak right at this thing. There's no doubt in your mind it heard you. And yet there's no response. It just continues gliding along the shores, stopping every so often to bend down and like fiddle with a plant.
Maybe it doesn't understand you. Maybe you need to use a different language. Hello!
I think that's the same language.
Yeah, you try really hard to get its attention. It just continues to walk away from you up the shoreline, even further away.
Should we
I guess we
follow it?
follow it?
I mean,
Yeah.
I called out if they were a villain and they didn't respond, so I'm pretty sure they're good guys. We're all right.
It's going.
I pat Puck in the head. Oh, Puck.
It's
Baby.
it's definitely a humanoid shape. It's got the shape of a human. It walks on 2 feet. It's got the head and the shoulders, and you can't see its face because all you see is the behind with this like moss-covered cloak. And it just continues up, and then it crosses that little like wooden plank bridge, and you see it kind of coming up behind Cecile, where Cecile's like sunbathing in the sun.
When you say it's small, is it like Bellin size small or like Puck size small?
It's probably a little taller than Bellin.
Okay.
Oh, I don't like
I
that.
like how Bellin is now a unit of measurement.
So
It's
one
1.2
Bellins
Bellins
or
tall.
2 Bellins?
Yeah, that's actually pretty. It's probably about 1.35 Bellins tall, to be precise.
Interesting. Cecile definitely wants to get up and investigate this thing with everyone else, so she's up there too. I think she's gonna try and maybe it can't hear, and so it doesn't even know we're here. I'll go introduce myself, and she will leap across the river.
Mm-hmm.
And with her 30-foot move speed, she should be able to do that no problem.
No problem.
And run around in front of it.
Okay. Give me a perception check as you circle around on the front,
Sure.
just to see what you
That's-
notice.
All right, you got it. Ooh, decent roll.
18.
18.
Yeah. The hood is obscuring a lot of its face, so all you
Okay.
see is like darkness, and you squint your eyes to try to make it out. Well, you have dark vision or no?
I have low light vision.
Low light vision, so it's hard to make out exactly what you're seeing, so you don't get a good look. But you get out in front, and It's basically walking right towards you, and it has made no shift in its body language to see that it's even reacting to you.
Hello, like, what are you doing here?
It stops, and you think for a moment it might actually be responding to you. And you watch as it just bends down, and as its hand comes out, you see its arm emerge from its sleeve. It's got like a skeletal, bony, slightly, just a little bit of thin flesh still clinging to it. And it reaches down and plucks a weed up out of the ground and puts it into his pocket, and then turns a little bit to the side of you and begins walking up the shore on the other side with no response to you at all.
He's so very rude, no?
I don't think it's alive. It just seems to be sort of moving around.
Yeah, make a undead lore check. See if it is not a live.
Absolutely. Give me that undead lore check.
Recall knowledge, lore.
Recall knowledge, undead lore. Critical. No. That you know without a doubt exactly what this is. This is what's known as a bog wraith. They, haunt the shores and have unfinished business.
I have a feeling this is going to be a theme throughout our games, where we're going to have all these creatures that are just not going to be what they are.
And given its size, you probably think it's an undead kobold.
Do you tell us about the bog wraith?
I think it is an undead bog wraith that's on this shore. And it's 3 kobolds, piled one on top of the other inside the robe. That clearly is what it is.
You have to give it to them. That's a lot of effort.
And as you're about to do that, you watch as it starts going up one bank, another one of these emerges coming in the opposite direction. There's actually 2 of them now, you can see.
And they're just pulling weeds?
Yeah, it looks like they're just pulling weeds.
They're not like offended by us or anything. They just don't notice us, right?
They haven't shown any indication that they've reacted to you at all.
I am bored with them.
Yeah, the only thing I would say too is now that you've made your way closer to like the altar, there's this large womanly statue right in the middle of the room. She's looking at this bright sun at the head of the room. And from this angle, you can see there seems to be more like office and library and bookshelves up ahead. But what you don't see is any like way out of this room.
Maybe we can read about it. I think we should go up and take a look.
I'm right
and
behind you.
unprompted, Cecile is going to start moving up toward the platform in the library.
Okay. Yeah, you move up and you can see there seems to be rows and rows of these like books just lining the shelves. That's not like a huge library, but there is like one solid row with like 3 shelves worth of books kind of tucked back behind the altar, like up on the platform. And as you get closer and you go to like look at the books, you can see like, unfortunately, it looks like most of the books have like aged terribly. And like the pages, like you go to pick out a book and it's just the page like kind of dissolves into like a moldy sort of thing.
Oh, okay. Where should I put myself for the library?
I'll just move you like back in this direction.
Okay. Oh, way over there. I see it. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
So, but while you're back there, why don't you just go ahead and make a perception check for me? And everyone else can go ahead and tell me what else are you doing in this sort of exploration phase? Because there's more here. You're sure of it because you were led here. You know there's a gem here, and you guys are gem hunters.
Gotta get
And
that
princesses.
And princesses.
And princess.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
Perfect. So Ingrid, you cast Detect Magic. Your pulse of magic goes out. Immediately you're picked up. This statue in the middle of the room is entirely filled with transmutation magic.
While I'm walking around, I'm gonna tell them I have a feeling. It's all of this is transmutation. That's what I'm getting from my god.
You know, if you're peeling, I think some of these plants might be useful if you just try rubbing it on your skin.
No, feeling, like the emotions. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Feeling the emotions. You're sad,
That's
you're
what I
happy,
said,
you're
you're
angry.
feeling.
Yeah, I'm feeling that it's transmutation.
I don't understand.
Not feeling the skin, feeling the emotions. Anyway, is transmutation. I don't know much about the magics, so Hal, Balan.
Cecile, I will say with your perception check, you found what appears to be a false bottom on one of these bookshelves, but you haven't quite found out how to get access to the secret compartment that you know is there. And so back in the back, Cecile, you're dealing with the secret compartment. Ingrid and Hal, you are kind of looking at this magical statue. And I'll say Puck and Bellin, at this point, you notice something else. It looks big. It almost scares you like it's a creature. And then you realize it's not, but it's a flower pod that is about 6 to 7 feet tall. And it's kind of obscured in the darkness, but you catch just a bit of light on it. And it's a giant flower it's closed up and it's about 6-7 feet tall, bright pink, sort of like leaves, like closed up though.
Well, seeing as how Puck is like probably like maybe like 6 inches tall.
Okay. It's really big for Puck.
Mm-hmm. This is...
So?
Yes, I've not seen quite a big flower since I was in the first world.
You could. So
Am I still looking at books?
Yes. You're looking. You're trying to find the secret compartment. You're trying to find how to get to the secret compartment, which we'll get to. Bellin, you begin to climb up one of these pods. Just give me an athletics check. It's not too hard, but it's not nothing. But the thing that happens.
Bellin's been like walking around pulling weeds, and then just like is just distracted by this
giant sort of like flower pod, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you go to climb up, right, you can give me that athletics. A little bit of like these little flower pods on the edge. That's fine. You don't make it up very far. You struggle with climbing it and your foot hits a flower pod and the flower pod shoots out a cloud of spores that begins swarming over you and you begin like inhaling them. Can you make a fortitude save for me? Cecile, with enough time, you find the secret compartment and within it there's a scroll. Like a tightly round up scroll in a case that's preserved it and it's written on tougher material. 24 saving throw is a success, but not a critical success. So that's good. So this is the scroll that you find, Cecile, and I'll read it
okay.
in a second. And so
well, I was gonna read it aloud to my party mates here.
Yeah. So you can bring it out and read it out loud. That'll be cool. So the effects of this spore are on a success, you become dazzled and fascinated by this plant. Like, you know, just you're a little lightheaded from the spores. It only lasts one round, and so it quickly passes through you. And
Are you all right there, Bellin?
Oh my god. This plant is awesome. You should come over here.
All right, Maurice, let's go.
Come breathe the
Very
plant
cool.
powder.
And so, yeah, Cecile, if you want to come out, you could probably read this out loud to everyone if you'd like.
Like everyone, like I totally found this scroll over in these bookcases and it's really interesting. Okay, look, it's like a journal entry or something. It says, "We prayed and the Green Mother answered. We saw it fall from the heavens, a shining tear from the eye of the Green Mother herself. Where it landed, a beautiful plant began to grow. With this icon, we built a temple around it, a place of worship worthy of the Green Mother herself. It was many years later that the second tear fell, this time not a seed, but a beautiful yellow tourmaline. And with that gemstone, the plants began to flourish. They grew bigger, more beautiful, and began to talk. We would hear their voices commanding us. We knew what they wanted, what they needed. Like, we give ourselves over to them now in honor of the Green Mother herself. Blessed are those who can live their life in service to this temple. Together, we become the roots of something far greater than we could ever be alone. I descend now beneath the statue in one final service. I think whoever wrote this is buried there, and this yellow tourmaline, I think that's the gemstone we're after."
That's a good lead. That's a good lead that you found. That's very good.
Mm-hmm.
So should
Wow,
we dig?
amazing.
Did you see any markers over the side?
Well, there's a giant yellow sunburst pattern on the floor up there.
Okay.
Do you think maybe the gemstone is hidden in it or around it?
It probably could. I could maybe step over it and then see if I can detect magic.
No,
Kaiden might tell
don't
me
step
something.
on anything
Huh?
anymore. No stepping on
Oh
stuff
no,
for
be
you.
near it. I won't. Oh, that's
should
true.
step on
I
it?
know. No. Remember
right here?
earlier? No. Don't do that.
Cecile lifts like one leg out, like she's
Cecile!
gonna make one giant step.
Knock,
What?
don't do that. Knock,
Just
don't do
right,
that.
right over.
No.
Are you sure? I think I
Yes,
should.
I'm pretty
I
certain.
think I should.
Do it.
Okay, I won't.
I'm sorry, what? Okay, yeah, don't.
And then she
please.
steps over onto it.
Ay! Don't do that.
Sort of anticlimactically, nothing happens except for
Aw.
it's very bright because you're now standing right under something that is approximating the sun.
Yeah.
Oh
Wait,
my god, you're gonna
It's,
give
it's
me a
warm.
heart
thing.
attack.
It's really warm.
the thing that's approximating the sun has to be the gem.
That's a big gem.
I detect magic again.
Detect magic would definitely. The sun is magical. It's enchantment magic.
There's magic in there.
Okay, the thing that's making the sun is like, where is it again? It's up on the ceiling somewhere?
It's like a floating sphere, like right above that sun pattern on
Okay,
the
but it's
altar.
not attached to anything. It's just
It's not
floating.
touching. It's just floating in the middle. Yeah,
How close is the
It's-
closest like wall or whatever to it?
close enough.
Close enough. Well, I was gonna climb up to it.
Yeah, close enough to whatever you want to do is possible.
All right. Well, I have a climb speed of 10 feet, so I'm just gonna climb up close to it.
Okay. You climb up. You close to it. You can feel that heat coming off it pretty strong.
Can I touch it?
You can
Hey,
certainly
hey.
try.
Like everyone down there, I'm totally gonna grab this thing.
You know, if you get hurt, I mean, I can heal you, but still, I'm gonna laugh at you if that happens. But here you go, guidance. I'm going to throw guidance at her.
Right. she's gonna go ahead and filled with guidance, filled with this extra magical confidence. She's gonna go ahead and try and grab it.
Yeah. You reach out. You stretch your hand into like this light source, and as you do, your hand begins to get so warm. It's almost like when you stick it right into like a 500-degree oven. It doesn't do any damage, but you can feel if you held your hand here for too long, it's gonna start dealing some damage.
Okay.
But there is something solid inside. And as your hand touches it, it's not a gemstone, but it's almost like a lever of some sort.
Oh.
And your hand clicks it. And behind you guys, this statue of this woman, you watch as it begins to shift. And it's really weird because the statue looks solid, like it was carved out of like a solid piece of marble or some other stone. It begins to do a similar buzzing sound that you heard earlier.
Hi.
Ingrid.
The sound of electricity building up.
Yes. No, that's not me. I did not step on anything. See, I'm on the stairs.
But the base of the statue, which looked solid a moment ago with this buzzing energy, begins to part ways, like hundreds of tiny small bricks turning, folding, revealing a small staircase that leads down and descends beneath the statue. And then after the thing disappears and opens, the buzzing goes away.
I was gonna say Puck was actually probably looking at the statue as this was happening. I've figured it out, guys.
Should I do it
The
again?
statue was no match for my intimidating glare.
Do you do it again?
Sure.
It begins closing itself.
No, stop. Stop.
I do it again,
It stops halfway and begins opening itself.
and I do it again.
And then it,
I do it again.
it gets stuck in this half open, half closed. And now the only way down is like basically crawling and navigating, squeezing your way through. And that's
Puck
what
just hops
happens.
down.
That's what happens. We basically go to our break as your characters descend down the darkness to see what
Wait.
awaits them beneath the statue.
Wait, everyone! Don't leave me up here. How do I get down?
I'm right here below you. I can catch you. But you're
How
a
do-
cat.
How do you want me to jump? I don't want to jump. It's a long way. How do I get down?
You'll land on your
Just
feet.
land on me.
How did you get up there?
I climb.
Oh god.
Aim for me, aim for me. I got Kaiden to protect me. Come on.
Okay. I will.
I'm very sturdy. You should know this. We've done adventures together. We've
Okay.
fallen on this so many times. Okay.
Cecile goes as if she's gonna jump toward Ingrid and then just scrambles down.
Okay, climb down. Perfect.
Why am I around these children? I could just find a husband, But no, I'm right here. Hi.
The passage under the stair slopes down. The passage under the statue, which, thanks to Cecile, has managed to only half be formed. So everyone has to be down, like on their hands and knees, like navigating this treacherous sort of doorway. But it's not too hard. It doesn't take any rolls or anything. But it.
Puck just hops in.
That's right. Puck is just walking in. Actually, when the door was lifted like 6 inches earlier, you could just walk underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. The smell of rot and decay move upwards ahead of you. But nothing but silence comes up from the darkness. Again, with a caveat that Al's sword is singing non-stop all the time, ruining this peaceful and scary moment.
Well, it's witchcraft, and although I know it's simply taboo.
Eventually, that was pretty nice. Eventually, a bright light appears at the end of the tunnel, and as the sloped passageway flattens out, you can see a large room emerge in front of you. Written across the inside of this doorway are the words birthing chamber in the local tongue.
Oh, I don't like that.
What?
Let's turn around.
How about everyone was like, what?
Yeah, what? Inside the room, as you cautiously step in, a large ceremonial carpet showing signs of aging sprawls ahead. It leads outward towards a ceremonial altar of some sort, choked again with vegetation. You can see the disrepair that this room is in, and its walls and floors are covered in vines and other plant life. But on the far end of the room, you see what appears to be a small jungle growing in this sort of internal, self-contained space. Quickly, your eyes are drawn to 4 pillars around the room, covered in arcane runes and flashing lights. Each pillar has a bright, glowing globe of sunshine illuminating the room, and like above, you feel its warmth on your skin. Much smaller in size, though.
Should we follow the light at the end of the tunnel?
Yes.
Probably.
You're falling asleep even though how sword is so loud right now.
Oh, huh? Yeah, I was just.
I can
How
try
can
to
you shut that up? I'm getting a migraine.
For about 10 minutes. I mean, it is what he is singing One Step Beyond. I'm a fan of saxophones, but here, let me try. I'll try to shut him up for 10 minutes.
I like it.
You like it?
Oh,
Yeah, I've always liked it.
Should
I
we
like it
both?
too.
Do you
I
want to
kind
try?
of tune it out, right?
I do.
It definitely announces your presence for sure coming down in here.
Just one step
Okay.
you remember, then one more what to do. Working out's
They're having a
guaranteed
duet
to
again.
keep those brains.
So
I'm just really jealous.
for
'cause I
no
can-
reason whatsoever, I'm just going to ask a very innocent question. What's your marching order?
Is it dark and down here?
Cecile
Oh, wait,
will
no, you
absolutely go
first.
first.
There's 4 pillars around the room, each with a glowing sun that's lighting this room. Yeah,
Okay, I'll be right behind Cecile.
it is wide enough. You could go 2 by 2 if you wanted. So we have, was that Cecile in the front?
Sure.
Followed
Well,
by
Cecile and Ingrid in the front.
Cecile and
If we're 2 by
Ingrid.
2.
You could be 2 by 2 or single file, your choice. All right, and who would be
Next to each other.
in the next row back,
Hand in hand.
or who wants to be in the backpack?
I'll be
I'll be in the back with my sword. Okay. There you
Yeah,
go.
because we're
I'll be in-
listening to the song together.
Puck and Maurice will be in the middle.
Got it. And are you riding Maurice, or is Maurice just walking alongside you at this point?
No, Puck has been riding Maurice this entire time.
Got it. Puck is riding Maurice. Perfect.
Who walks?
Puck doesn't touch the ground.
No.
So as you kind of are entering this chamber, with the loud sort of music announcing yourself.
I feel pretty, oh so pretty.
A rustling in the jungle to the south catches your attention. As if on cue, a large, high-pitched squeal fills the echoing walls of this chamber. A hollow voice echoes out, seemingly bouncing off the walls from all around you. Your eyes are drawn upwards towards the ceiling of this 40-foot chamber, where small pillars of some sort emerge from the ceiling, and the voice seems to come from above you. It has been many years since they've sent more nutrients for my garden. Many thanks. You shall become the roots of something far greater than you could possibly know. A loud banging noise startles you from behind as the doorway chamber slams closed. A large buzzing noise begins to fill the chamber around you, like a hive of bees swarming within the walls and floor, and a slight tingle on your skin as the hairs begin to stand on edge. From the south, a huge plant-like creature, vaguely humanoid in shape, stands tall above the rest of the foliage. In its chest, a yellow gemstone the size of a small melon begins to pulse and glow brightly. The vines around it contract and twist in a protective manner, and you can see this creature seems to have grown around and anchored itself to this gemstone. Players.
He's so very hot. Did you hear? He said it's like we're food. Right? That means he's attracted to, me, right? I don't know. Do you think? Hi.
I think so. I think he
Yeah,
likes
I
to
think
eat
he's
us.
like his
I
friend,
do not
you know?
think he is husband material.
No, but look at him without the shirt and everything, and then there's
You know that whoever you're attracted to ends up being the villain.
No, that only happened once, okay? And then when it happened, not everyone died, only 2 of you, and I brought you back.
It literally happened 5 times.
I brought you back. That's,
Okay,
the
Tito
Tito
lesson
boy,
of it.
Tito boy ended up being the necromancer.
We
was
don't talk about Tito Boy, okay? He's
There was
a
that
bad
guy-
person.
There was that guy with the night blue armor and the horned helmet. Like, come on.
Oh,
Villain material
so
all over
hot.
the place.
Tito
I
Paolo,
mean, can
yes.
you blame me though? Like, he was really hot. He's tall. Ugh, imagine. Like the
Why is
future
our
kids
faces
will all
going
be
on?
tall.
This creature's lumbering closer to you guys. Players, can you roll me initiative?
I think he wants to dance with you, Ingrid.
Right? He can carry me.
And right on cue, I feel like House Lord is singing, "I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground."
Oh my gosh.
Flower is in the way.
Oh, I forgot to click my combat tracker thing, Steve. 32.
Setting a bad
Oh, look,
example.
he's so confident too. Oh my god.
He's setting a bad example for the guests there, Ingrid.
I'm sorry, I'm just so
No, that's
dazed
fine.
by this confident moonflower.
I've
I
got
believe
you.
we go on the same initiative.
If you pop out the initiative tracker or go to the initiative tracker, you can do it. I can click it for you if you want. There we go. Okay. So we got Halar and Cecile have tied initiative. So I'll let you guys figure out who wants to go in what order.
I'll go first. It won't take long.
Yep. Okay. Perfect.
Meanwhile, the sword is like, look at this plant. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think that this temple's complete? Like, shut up, sword.
Oh, shut up.
So we shift into combat as this large creature, and you can see it south of you, like down here in the room. This large, it's humongous technically, right?
Wait,
I think.
I can't shift into combat because we're playing 2nd edition Pathfinder. Can I step into combat?
Oh man, we got Pathfinder edition jokes. Well, that's gonna do it tonight on our stream, though. But Ingrid, you are first to act And I will say, again, to reset the room, there's this large chamber. It's covered in vegetation. This thing has emerged from a large jungle to the south, and there's 4 of these pillars that look very similar to the ones you saw that controlled the door earlier, each one with a glowing sun on top of it.
Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do I want to do it is the question, right? Sorry, I know I asked this last night, but when it comes to bless, it follows me.
Yep. It's an emanation from
Okay,
you.
perfect. What happened? Okay, so I'm gonna spend 2 actions to cast bless. A first level bless.
Okay. Perfect. So bless starts emanating off of you.
And then
Oh man.
for my 3rd action,
Spicy burrito.
So, yeah, somebody just barfed fire on you.
Steel, what the heck are you doing?
Wasn't me.
We're teammates. Okay,
It was
I'm gonna
the
move
sword.
I'm gonna move my 25 feet forward.
Okay, that big thing in front of you is an altar that's pretty high. You can't move through the altar, but it does provide you some cover if you move there.
Guys, I can only see his head. This altar is so high. Okay, for my 3rd action, I'm just gonna raise my shield. That's what I'm gonna do for now.
Okay.
Oh wait, no. I'm still gonna move forward in case everyone wants to move forward, so they can bring my bless with me.
Got it.
Oh, I can't move it.
All right.
Sorry.
No, it won't move, but that's fine. Puck, that brings us to you.
Right. Villains and enemies of justice will not prevail, and Puck will hop off Maurice.
Puck touches the
Maurice will
ground. Oh no.
Yeah, that's when you know it's getting serious. And Maurice will stride forward.
So let's clarify this because I haven't actually seen this in use yet. You and your Eidolon have like a shared action pool or something, or you use like the act. You have 3 actions to share between your 2 classes, right?
Correct.
Or 2 act characters, and you can use that one act together action, right?
Yes.
So in this case, you're just having Maurice spend one of your 3 actions to stride.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
So no, it'd be the act together. So he's gonna take 2 actions to stride, and I'm gonna use 1 action.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is cast a cantrip,
Okay.
which is Protect Companion. So Maurice gets, you see Puck, well, probably don't see because he's pretty tiny on the ground, but he raises his hand out and says, "Justice and truth protect you, my friend." And Maurice's scales shimmer a little bit more, and he gets a +1 circumstance bonus to his AC.
Perfect. Drag that to his token. Okay, so that was 2 of your actions. I think you still have 1 more action.
No. Oh, is that a 2 action? Let me make sure it's not a 2 action spell.
No, it's a 1 action spell, but act together.
Or he strode forward too. He strode forward twice.
Yeah,
50
but
feet.
using act together with 2 actions, he took a 2 action thing. You got a 1 action thing that gives you a 4th action to play with.
Ah.
That's the whole gist about playing a summoner, man.
I guess I didn't read that right. I thought it was just 3 still.
You could give Maurice a 3rd action if you choose, and then you take the 1. But like when you act together, there's 1 free action that gets added to the sort of pool.
Okay. 25 feet. I mean, no, that's too much of an action. New class.
Yep. And we haven't gotten into the new classes yet.
I guess I will just cast shield on myself.
All right, shield goes up. That's an interesting thought. If you put shield up and your Eidolon takes the damage, can you react because you have a shared health pool? I think yes.
The shield spell wouldn't be covering him though.
Yeah, the shield spell's only on the caster.
But you take the damage, can't you trigger it to... What's the trigger on shield?
It's like psychic damage.
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
Damage.
Yeah. That's why he also got a +1 protection. So it's kind of the same. I wouldn't ring
Perfect.
shield anyway.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
That's my turn.
That's your turn. Bellin. The one who knows all.
That's what Bellen's gonna try and do, and use Find Flaw.
Okay. I think, Find Flaw, you just have to be within... Yeah, the Find Flaw, you just have to be
I just
within...
have to be able to see it.
Yeah, and you can definitely see this thing.
Yeah, it's a big flower. creature
Yes.
thing. So we're gonna roll that.
This would be nature, presumably.
Well, it would be a charisma. Yeah, Arcana.
Yeah. Okay. So this is your roll. It was a secret roll. You got a success, not a critical success, but a success. I'll reveal that. So on a success, what does that mean for your find flaws? You can apply your thing for free.
Yeah. Yes. So you learn the creature's highest weakness.
His highest weakness.
Yes.
Is fire.
On a normal success. All right.
Ooh.
Excellent.
Sweet.
Yeah, so knowing that, then my next action would be the esoteric antithesis. You just see Valen like searching through their pockets and like trying to find something. And then finally they like find this small vial of like what looks to be fire that they will then like apply to their sword as they shout, "It's weak to fire!"
Nice.
Because it's a plant.
Because you got a success on your find flaws, it doesn't cost you an action to do that. It's part of the same action, so you still have 2 actions to play with.
Yes.
That's cool.
So doing that once they have prepared themselves, I think I need to stride to get up to it, maybe. It's like
Pretty far
I cannot
away.
see the flower.
Do you want me to stride you closer to it?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'll 30 feet there. Is your 30 feet right for your movement?
Yes.
Okay, so if I shift click you here, does that help you see the flower at all? Flower's down here. So that's 1 stride. You still have 30 feet of movement.
All right.
There is an altar between you and it.
Go around the altar on the opposite side that Ingrid's going on.
Perfect. All right, 30 feet of movement. Is you charge in, weapon ready to strike the target of your esoteric antithesis. And with your recon knowledge, you're pretty confident these are known as moonflowers, which are magic seeds that fall from the heavens and turn into evil creatures.
It is evil, cuck.
Yep. So, what you see here, the moonflower gets its turn. It looks at Bellin, it looks at Maurice, and then it focuses its attention back on Bellin. It takes a stride action and moves right next to you. Big massive tentacle and vines lash out at you. And then it brings its large gaping like mouth maw thing down and tries to bite you. Well, good luck. Now here's the thing. Because you have your esoteric antithesis, you have a +1 AC against the target creature's attack against you too, which is good.
Handy.
25, I think just hits.
Wow.
Right? Yeah, 24. Your AC boosts to 25, but the 25 still hits, unfortunately. So it bites you. It's going to deal the damage.
Are we blessed?
You're not within 5 feet of Ingrid, unfortunately.
Oh, darn. Yeah.
So you take 14 points of piercing damage. And then, for its third action, it grabs Bellin, and Bellin is like locked into its mouth, and you're held there. So you're now grappled. And that's its turn. Cecile.
All right, Cecile, seeing this big plant, says, "Oh no, it's time to bring out the big guns." And then she goes into this pose. "All right, for all the treats, for all the regular catnaps, by the power of Bastet's grace, it's time for magical kitty mayhem." And as she dances around, her outfit changes into this like fancy sorcerer garb with bracers and things, and she's all sparkly now. So for her turn, she spends 3 actions: 1 to glamour up her armor, 1 to cast shield, and a third one to go into, I want to get the name of this right, to or is it arcane stance? Arcane cascade stance.
Arcane cascade.
Yeah, so she's ready to go, and then now her elven curve blade is vibrating with like force.
Yes.
Wow, that is a magical girl transformation. So first of all, a round of applause for that. Secondly, for that awesomeness, and just, you know what? You're taking a hero point for that transformation. That's awesome.
Let's go.
And that shifts us to Hal's turn.
Hal will not say much. He'll draw a couple symbols in the air and he'll cast blur on himself.
Okay.
And then he'll look at his sword and say, "Go ahead, sing that song." And he starts singing this, not that song, the other song. And we will do Inspire Courage as the final countdown starts to ring through the room.
Oh, shit.
Oh, okay. It's a final countdown.
Very cool. Go ahead and pop that in chat so everyone can add it to their tokens.
I'm doing it.
Very cool. So this is Inspire Courage, right?
Yep, Inspire
All
Courage.
right. Go ahead and add the Inspire Courage to your tokens. You guys are inspired for 1 round,
Yeah.
and you're blurred. Woohoo! Okay. So, at the end of the first round of combat, here's where the thing that nobody has noticed yet kicks in. There's that buzzing noise, bzz, 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 pulsing. And I'm going to reveal this on the initiative now since it's there. This room itself is a complex hazard. And so, in the corners, you watch as these pillars, the pillar over here, closest to Puck, blasts a burst of lightning that fills that quadrant of the room. Puck, you're the only one caught in that blast. It just catches you on the edge. Can you roll a reflex saving throw?
That is a 22.
That's a success. So you're going to take half of that, so 8 points of electricity damage to Puck. And then down here in the southeast corner, this one begins to also pulse and blast this quadrant of the room, which only affects Maurice. And sadly, this is technically a separate effect than the other one, so you don't lump him into one summoner damage for all. So another saving throw for Maurice.
That is a 26.
So you take half of the 20, you take 10 points more. And you watch as this thing blasts lightning, a pulse goes out, and then zoom, the lightning kind of recedes back into it, and you can hear the buzzing start shifting around you and potentially resetting which ones are going to pulse the next turn. And if somebody wants to spend a seek action on their turn, they could potentially figure out which one it might pulse from on the following turn. And that takes us to the top of the second round of combat. So Ingrid.
Okay, first action, I'm gonna stride right here. Would this be considered flanking or?
Yeah.
Because Belana's. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Can you be, if you're grappled? Yeah, I guess so.
I'm grappled?
No, I don't think it. No, Bellin is.
Oh.
I don't think it.
It's not restrained,
matters for
right?
that. Yeah, it doesn't matter for that.
Yeah. So it's flanking.
Yeah, she's still threatening him. Go, Bellin! We've done this before! Okay, second action, I'm gonna spend an action to increase the range of my bless.
Okay.
And then for my third action, I'm gonna try and strike him with my rapier.
Go for it.
So F for flat-footed.
Yes. Well, no, you can't put it on the target, right? I have to be the one to do it. But I did it. It's flat-footed now.
Okay. So that would be... That's a 2. I'm gonna call out to Kaden and use my hero point for that one.
Yes, let's spend that hero point, please.
Come on, Kaden. That's a 29.
That is a hit,
Kaden.
not a crit.
Okay. See? He always answers my prayers. That's 11 points of piercing damage.
All right, 11 points of piercing damage. However, as you rapier tears into this plant thing and it finds hard purchase, it's resistant 10 to this damage. So it takes
Oh, honey! Oh my god!
1 point of damage. But you heard it.
This is not working. But he's so very
Miss
sturdy.
Fire.
I think he is husband material. I know, honey, pero I don't have fire. So for my third action, I'm gonna raise my shield.
Well, that was
got
already 3
fire.
actions, right? Because it was stride, strike, and
Oh, sorry, yeah,
grow
that's
your
3
bless.
actions. Never
Perfect.
mind, never mind.
Okay, no problem. Puck,
But yeah, my bless has increased its
10 feet from you now, right?
Heavy.
So anyone within 10 feet of Ingrid has plus. Doesn't quite.
come
This
on.
thing's so big it doesn't quite read spelling
I
yet.
know. It's okay.
All right.
It'll reach. It'll reach them eventually.
And Maurice, go there.
Yeah, you'd have to scuttle up on top of the thing.
So that was only 15 feet of movement. So
Yeah, I'll allow it. That's fine. It's not like super high, but it's high enough. Yeah.
All right,
How
so
tall is it?
From the floor to the top, about 5 feet.
okay. So Maurice jumps up onto the altar. And you see him and releases his breath weapon in the 30-foot cone.
Ooh.
He has a
So-
+1 too.
You are
Don't
blessed.
hurt
Maurice is
me.
blessed. Yep.
Yeah, I was trying to get it to where he would not. It didn't do only target.
Your allies are low, and this thing's tall, so I think if you're aiming it upwards too, you're probably okay.
All right.
So he needs to make a basic reflex saving throw.
Shit, sorry.
This thing gets a 22.
I believe that is a save.
Okay. So it's gonna take half
So
damage.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll that damage for me. So 13 halved to 6. But it's weak to fire, so it takes 10 extra. So
Do the animation though.
did you place the template?
It didn't give me a template.
Okay.
Let me try again.
60 points.
Yeah, no, it's not giving me a template. Oh, there we go.
There we go. It's a big cone, actually. But the only reason it doesn't hit your allies is because you can aim it upwards.
Mhm.
All right.
That is my turn. That's all 3 actions.
Okay. Well, technically, if you use Act Together, it gives Puck.
No, I was reading it. It doesn't. It's just a shared pool of 3 actions.
Well, it says, right, because it says 1 to 3 actions. If you spend 3 actions, it says either you or your Eidolon takes an activity or activity using the same number of actions as Act Together, and then the other
Yeah.
takes a single action. So if you commanded him to spend 1 action astride, you get 1 action for yourself.
But he did. Oh, he used another 2 actions for his breath weapon.
So that would be your other 2 actions of the turn, right?
Yeah.
So,
So I didn't act together. He took all 3 actions pretty much
Oh.
this turn.
okay, that's fine. Perfect. That takes us to Bellin, who is currently clamped in this plant's jaws.
Yes.
The land.
It's eating me.
Mispronounce their name.
But I can still attack.
Yeah. Yep, you can
right?
still attack.
Yeah,
It's
all right.
flat-footed.
She's trying to get her sword up, like stab through one of these tentacles that are wrapped around her. Maybe.
Oh no.
Oh,
nice.
32. That is
Very
a.
good.
Thanks to the flat-footed, that's a critical hit.
Balan!
My sword's on
Excellent.
fire.
Yes.
Yeah, crits and
This
chat,
is gonna
everyone.
be so good.
Maybe.
Okay,
I still
so
can't see my rolls, so.
you roll 14 damage, and it is weakness 10 to your strike because you did your
Damn.
esoteric antithesis. So it takes
Jeez.
24. Oh wait, no, I did that wrong. 20 takes 20 more damage than that. So yeah, it takes 24 points of damage from your first strike.
Very cool.
Excellent.
So they got 2
So
actions.
this like flaming sword in their hand and just completely burns off one of its limbs that like falls smolder.
Nice.
Seeing how successful that it was, they will again swing with their weapon.
Bring it on. It's a big, juicy target.
Right? And I'm like right there.
Not a crit this
Nice.
time, but it is still a hit.
Alright.
Not a crit, but a hit.
Hit, not a crit.
We'll take it.
Yes. No.
Oh no.
Well, it's only 2 damage, double natural ones on the 6s.
Yo,
But you know what?
Oh no.
better than 0. Better than 0.
12 points from the fire
It's
extra
still-
weakness
yeah.
damage cuts through.
It's true.
It's still weak to no any little bit of damage.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna keep it's
Still-
like if you wanna keep me close, I'm just gonna keep slashing.
Yep, and it's keeping you close. You're still locked in its jaws.
I'm gonna run away. Just don't let it eat me, guys.
That is a failure.
Yeah, swings wide right in front of.
Perfect. So the third strike's a little out there, it misses, right? Which brings us to the moonflower's turn. So you say you want to keep it close. Well, here's what it does. You're in its mouth, and it attempts to swallow you whole.
No!
So what I need for you to do is, it's going to make an active athletics check against your reflex DC.
A knock! No!
So here comes its athletics check. It only has a plus 19.
Only.
So
yeah.
Shit.
So that's a 30.
Does a 30 beat your reflex DC?
It's not a critical success, believe it or not. But here's what happens. It eats you. It eats you. Bellin gets gobbled up, lifted in the air. Bellin disappears into the center of this creature's square and in its belly, and she's now inside of it. And then you watch as in one motion, it poops her out.
Ew.
What?
And she becomes a giant 6-foot-tall flower pod.
What?
Right where she was standing. And there's a momentary flashback to the flower pods you saw up above.
No.
And then it spins around and it sees Ingrid right behind it.
Anak, remember me, it's your auntie, it's your tita. Don't do it.
Yeah. And so swallow whole is an attack action. So for its second bite on you, it does have the penalty. But let's go ahead and...
How many actions was that for swallow whole? Just one?
One, because last turn it spent 1 to attack and 1 to grab. And it was only 1 to swallow whole once it's got you in its grip. So, a 19 against you to hit, Ingrid.
Misses.
Okay.
Perfect. So the jaws come at you. You get out of the way.
Honey.
Oh, also, I didn't do that. At the start of his turn, it heals 10 as well.
It regenerates?
It regenerates. Yeah, it has fast healing 10.
Oh, fast. Oh, no.
Oh, man. What is it going to do? It has one more action, but it doesn't really have anything good to do. Well, it's just going to lash out with a vine. It's probably not going to hit, but it's going to try. 26?
That's a good roll.
To me, huh? It hits.
Yeah. Okay. So it does hit. It's not a bite attack, so it's not going to get you in its mouth at least. But it's going to hit. Oh, wait. I rolled the wrong damage. Don't do that one. The root hits you for 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, my gosh.
And that's his turn.
Bellin can they use a reaction?
There is actually one thing. You do take damage from the swallow whole, which I didn't roll yet.
Oh! Oh, no.
Yeah, so you're inside of this thing. You are being hurt by it. You're swaddled so tight in this cocoon. You're slowed 1, and you have to burst out. Now, what you guys know is pod effects like this. Basically, you guys have to either should break out with an athletics check, or you have to rupture it by dealing enough damage in one strike to bust it open. You do take damage.
The creature takes an amount of listed damage, yeah. So it's a different per creature.
It has one, but I'm not seeing it on its sheet, and I don't know why. Maybe the Foundry sheet is missing it?
It might be. But yeah, it's at the end of each of the creatures turned while it's swallowed. So they'll take it at the end of their turn. I
think you take it when you get swallowed whole and at the end of each of your turns, no?
It just says the swallowed creature takes the listed amount of damage when first swallowed. I missed that part. You're right.
So I will look that up.
At the end of each of its turns. Okay.
That does go to your turn, Cecile. So battle forms. Cecile's ready to go.
She's ready to go. This is serious business. She is going to. She's gonna move. She's got to get all the way over to it, but she wants to get that flank on with Ingrid. So she's gonna go 50 feet. That's 2 stride actions, running all behind the other side to flank with this big flower with Ingrid. Oh, we're seeing the damage. What are we doing?
2d10 plus 10 bludgeoning, and 2d6 plus 6 acid damage.
Both?
Both. This thing is no joke.
Oh,
Ooh.
Bellin.
Poor Bellin.
Okay, let's see. I don't have the bless yet.
Not yet, no.
All right, I get one action left. So what we're gonna do is we are going to, let's see. We're gonna cast the big bada boom. So she comes over, running over with her sword, and it's glinting and vibrating with force energy. And she goes, big bada boom, and she swings down at this thing. And I am going to roll Thunderous Strike. All right, so the first thing I do is I get to attack this thing. I'm so excited. With my blade.
Mm-hmm.
You're going down, creature. Ooh, 19 on the roll. That's
Nice.
35 to hit.
That's a critical hit. Crits in chat, people, because geez.
Let's go! Come
Let's
on,
go.
Cecile. Battle Cecile.
This is amazing. All right, so first of all, let me get some critical slashing damage here. We are looking at 32
Fuck yeah.
points of damage.
So not only so the rapier that Ingrid did, it was resistant to. It is not resistant to your slashing damage, so it takes the full 32.
So good. So good. Also, what Thunderous Strike does is not only do I make this big slash, but it also sends out this 15-foot cone faced away from my companion so they don't get hurt. Actually, this thing is 15 feet wide.
This thing
It
is
won't even
15
get
feet
over
wide,
there.
yeah.
So just it reverberates through this whole creature, dealing 4 whole points of sonic damage. Let me see if the... Yep, there it is, 4 whole points. And it gets to make a fortitude save against that damage.
Yes.
Actually,
So-
because it's a crit, I think that crits as well. I'm not sure.
Makes sense to me. It critically succeeds, I think,
points.
on the saving throw.
Wow. Okay. Well, then it doesn't take any of that damage. Because yeah, it's a basic save. So for the critical success, it just doesn't take any of the sonic damage. It doesn't care. But oh, that sweet 32 damage is good.
Okay.
And
Things looking
that
pretty
is the
hurt.
end of my turn. But also, one of the things I meant to check. Did it get? Oh, it did. Okay. So I think Strength +1 striking, Inspire Courage. Actually, it also missed my force damage. It should be doubled. So it's actually 2 more points from the Arcane Stance. That's not working in the.
It's not automated, no. I don't
Yeah,
think.
it's not automated, so that's fine. But
4 more?
Spell Strike, yeah, Spell Strike.
Yes.
4 more, no, I'm sorry, 2 more damage, and Spell Strike is primed and ready to go.
Got it.
So excited!
Wow. That was a big hit.
That was a big hit. That was a good turn.
Battle
shit.
form.
Shit.
All right. Well, that takes us to Halar's turn.
All right. So I'm going to stride forward. And, okay, stop. Alarmity, stop singing that song. Sing another song. Follow Cecile. You know the song she likes. And I'll use 2 actions to activate the dancing sword.
Okay.
At the end of my turn, it'll fly towards the creature and attack it.
Yep. So
Oh,
you're
the plans keep coming and they don't stop coming. Gotta get the gems so we won't the kite start running.
So yeah, the sword for 2 actions hovers there right next to you. That's awesome. And you still have 1 action yourself, right?
If you can get it close to me,
You
Rick, you can get
stride,
less.
okay.
Yeah, but you're close to the creature. We don't want to get.
All right, so this thing has a 40 feet
okay.
fly speed, which easily sends it out at this thing. Yeah. So you can make the attack roll.
3.
It's actually against you, it's not flat-footed, unfortunately, so that's a miss.
Is a 24 hit? Because I forgot to put Inspire Courage on it.
A 24 does hit, so yeah.
Yay!
Does Inspire Courage last until the end of your turn or the start of your next turn?
It lasts 1 round.
I think Inspire Courage is there.
Expired, right?
Yeah, I'll allow it. You know what? It's inspired. I'm allowing it. Go for it. Roll the damage. 8. And it's slashing and it doesn't resist any of that, so it takes 8 points of damage from your dancing sword.
At the end of my turn, I'll make a flat check DC 6.
Oh,
And
it fails.
It swings out,
Oh
and it
no!
clink, 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 falls to the ground, and it's still singing.
It's still
But It
singing.
can't fly anymore.
It can't attack anymore. Well, it did its job. All right, at the end of the round, the randomly generated pulses shoot out, and this time it rolled Puck. It rolled the northeast quadrant twice.
Oh, jeez.
Where's Puck at?
In the northeast
It's
quadrant.
quadrant.
Yep. So, 2 reflex saving throws, if you will.
17 and 18.
They both fail, so you're going to take the full damage twice. 13 points of electricity and 16 points of electricity.
29. All right.
Loud.
And then, as it's before, the electricity recedes back in and starts dispersing itself to new random locations within the room. And that brings us to the top of round 3. Ingrid.
Okay. 2 actions, turning my weapon into a magic weapon.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Magic weapon.
User. Balan! I say. Sorry, guys. I gotta edit this real quick.
Yep. So while you're editing that, we get a quick shot back to Bellon. Over on the other side, in this flower pod, squeeze, acid disintegrating your surface. You're restrained by this thing. It hurts. It's a terrible place. But is this the worst place you've ever been in? I don't know.
Okay. And as I trace my rapier to cast magic weapon, because of my god Kaden, the remaining energy from it gets into it. So in addition to that, for my free action, I'm gonna also use divine weapon.
Okay. Stacking a lot of damage on this.
Yes, sir. Get out is what I say. So I'll use the force damage. I'll just do that separately.
Sure.
So for my third action, I'm going to try and hit this thing. Oh, that'll be 24.
It's flat-footed. That's a hit.
Is my thing versatile? 'Cause I only have
I don't think rapiers are versatile.
They are not.
They're kind of a one-trick pony.
God damn it. Can I trip him then? Or does that require an action? Does that
That's a
require-
separate action, different than an attack.
Never mind.
Well,
okay.
Yeah, it's a different thing other than the attack.
So I've
Plus,
already
this thing's
spent-
huge, right?
Yeah. Hey, you never
Maybe.
know.
I don't know what
She's
feats you have. New Lara could do it.
Titan wrestler.
I know. My baby
Yeah,
girl
Titan
can do
wrestler.
it. So that's
body
11 plus D4. It's not much, but plus 1 point of force damage.
Okay, well,
Get out!
in total,
But I have magic weapon and I still have bless up.
it dealt 2 damage.
It's okay. No, not really. Honey, let go of them.
Puck.
Right. Well, before Puck dies, he's going to do something cool with his class. So, I am going
nice.
to use 2 actions to Evolution Surge. Use a focus spell. So Puck holds up his hands high, which is only another half inch. So it's about 6.5 inches off the ground. And the energy, and he says, Maurice, do you feel the energies of all the people willing our victory? And I am going to use Evolution Surge.
Very cool. I don't know what it does, but it's very cool.
So, it's heightened to 3rd level.
Yes.
So Maurice becomes a large creature.
Oh.
That's
Let's
cool.
go!
His reach is 10 feet.
Very cool.
And then, with the shared action, Maurice is going to use a draw strike against the flower.
Okay.
Would he flanked with Cecile?
I don't think you're
need
flanked.
to be here.
Yeah, you're not flanked from where you are, unfortunately.
But he could move.
Okay.
He can move and then attack.
True. You could use your your other action, your last action to stride if you want.
It says takes a single action.
That's true. But that single action could be stride, and then your last action could be strike.
I'll just strike. It's all right.
Okay.
That's a 32.
Okay. It's a hit, but not a crit.
All right.
It would have been a crit if it was flat-footed. 13
That
points.
is 13
piercing.
points.
Okay,
And it is
with
magical.
it's magical, but it is also resistant to the piercing damage, and it only takes 3.
All right. That's my turn.
All right, Bellin, you are inside this thing, so you can come up. You can like when you're in here to attack. You're so constrained. You can attack, but it has to be with something that's a light bulk or less, or you can muscle your way out, or you can come up with something cool and let me know what you're trying to do. You are slowed once, so you only have 2 actions to spend.
Yes. Are they sort of like able to like slip their hand down to grab their lantern?
Possibly. So you can, right? It's an interact action, which has you have to just do a DC 5 flat check to see if it works.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
So I think you can hit a DC 5 flat check. But
You
I
would
don't know
think,
what the
right?
dice think.
Dice
Right.
God.
So the interact action fails with a 4.
Can I hero point it?
Yes, please, please, for the love of Caden, hero
Holy-
god this.
Kaden,
There's
you talked to
nothing,
Ingrid. Help me now.
nothing that feels worse than failing a DC 5 flat check.
All right,
Right?
you did it. So you get the lantern in your hand. You interact. You draw your lantern. Awesome. Now what?
They're gonna like try and wiggle the little lantern thing open to see if they
Uh-huh.
could like light a fire on the inside. This might hurt them too, but they're just trying to like burn a hole out from the inside to get out of this
Jeez,
thing.
Yeah. What kind of roll would that be? Jeez, that's a creative one. Why don't you justify a roll that you think and make it? Recall knowledge, lore. Is this an attack roll? Is this, what do you think it is? And I'll agree
feel
with
like
your
this-
assessment.
An acrobat or survival?
Survival, awesome. Make it. I'll
Survive.
buy that in the heartbeat. You are trying to survive your heart off right now.
Where to burn the
yeah.
plant best?
Where to burn the plant best? Burn myself least, burn plant more.
Mm-hmm.
They're like trying.
Yeah, I mean, you catch it a little bit on the inside, and you begin dealing damage. And so I think what happens is this thing is weak to fire, right? So the fire does begin to like spread, and I'm just going to say it deals 1 point of fire damage. But because it's weak to fire, it's going to deal 11 points of fire damage, which is good. You're inside of it. You take half of the fire damage back to yourself. So that's only 1, half to 0. So you don't take any. It's funny how that works. It's not enough to rupture this in 1 blow, though. But you guys notice a little singeing smoke start to rise up from the cocoon, and it reminds you that your friend is still there and still in need of assistance.
It's digesting her. It's digesting her. Oh my god, take her out.
Yes,
Take them out.
it absolutely is digesting her. And at the end of your turn, you take the damage again. 22 points of bludgeoning.
Its
And
muscles are
11 points.
constricting.
Oh, I think it's enough to send you unconscious. It's 33 total.
And yeah, can I use
And
the
Bell-
reaction? Or not because I'm
Uh,
slow?
I think you can't just because of the slow effect.
Yeah,
You're talking about your amulet, right?
I don't. Yeah.
You know what? No. You can use your amulet. So explain your amulet and the reaction that happens here.
Yes. So with their, the lantern, they're holding their amulet with the other hand, and it sort of like absorbs the damage that she would have taken.
Ooh.
At least 8 points of it.
8 points of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which, narratively
Something-
speaking, leaves you at 1 hit point.
Oh my goodness.
Because I don't want to do the actual math, and it's dramatic.
Damn.
Yeah. Darkness at the edge of their vision. Like, guys, this little voice, help me.
Yep. Well, and that's the end of your turn.
Oh no.
The moonflower heals 10. Let's not forget that. I think seeing that Cecile is the bigger threat here, and Ingrid is just poking it a little bit, it does like shift its attention around on the battle-ready cat girl.
Okay, bring it on.
You've gotten its attention, and it is going to bite you.
All right.
A 27.
27 is a hit. It's gonna bite me. You know what?
Correct.
That sounds terrible. It's gonna deal damage, ain't it?
It's gonna deal bite damage. That's 17 points of bite damage. Bludgeoning. Piercing.
Piercing. Oh, hey, guess what? So Cecile gets bitten, and she turns to it and just hisses. Which is blood vendetta. So trying to curse the target for biting me. Go ahead and make a will save, please.
Nice. Will save it is. That is pretty low, a 20.
That is a fail.
Nice.
That is a fail. That is awesome. So it takes full persistent bleed damage. It's going to be 2d6 persistent bleed. I'm just going to pop that over there. And that's pretty cool. And until the bleeding stop, it has weakness 1 to piercing and slashing damage.
Oh.
So it takes a little extra of those.
That's
Take that.
interesting. Do you have any idea off the top of your head how weaknesses and resistances offset when they combine? Because that is interesting.
I see. I would say it just do the math.
Negates it. Yeah.
Yeah, negates part of it or whatever.
Yep. Awesome. Well, it's bleeding now. Is this like,
Well,
this is
know
a
if it
mental
has
vendetta,
blood.
right? It's not immune to bleeding. I checked, so
Oh, okay.
it
Cool.
feels like it
So
should
has,
be, but it's not.
I mean, it might have sap or something, you know.
Yeah. I mean, that's
alien
it's
plant,
humanoid.
but-
It's humanoid in some levels. Okay, so
Cool.
that happens,
That happens.
and then with its second action, it grabs you, and with its third action, it lifts Cecile up and tries to swallow Cecile whole.
No, don't do that. I had a thing I wanted to do, and I was next.
Well, maybe it's gonna fail. Let's see. This is this one thing it does, and it's doing it.
I'm so mad.
Why is it not? Oh, here we go. Oh, got it. I forgot. It has a plus 19 on its athletics.
Jeez.
So 25. I guess it depends on what it's targeting, right? I think it's your reef. Is it your fortitude?
It beats all of them. It beats all of them.
It's your
Unless it
reflex.
has penalties from stuff. Yeah, I mean that's my best one, and it barely beats it, but it beats it.
Got it. Okay. Unfortunately, so Cecile, you are potted as it swallows you and then poops you back out in a little tight flower pod cocoon.
I am so mad right now. Okay.
And you take 26 bludgeoning and 13 acid.
Wow, that is a lot of damage. I'm so glad I got to hiss at it before I got squished to this and almost murdered by this thing.
Yep. And now it takes persistent bleed damage at the end of its turn because you let it on its own turn. So it fails on the save and it takes 7 points of bleed damage as the sap leaks out of it.
Get wrecked.
And unfortunately, or fortunately, Cecile, it's your turn. So same as Bellin, right? Like you can, if you have a light bulk, you can get out or a spell or something.
Okay, so and I'm slowed 1. You know what? Slowed 1 is just enough time to try and do something. I'm gonna need to do a flat check for this though.
Okay. This is a manipulate action.
I'm using a manipulate action. Let's just see if it. I want to see if it goes off first before I tell you.
It goes off.
It does. Cool. So she is inside it, and she is inside it, and she says, "Flaming pounce!" And she just takes her hands, and they get covered in fire. Like she's got the sword still in one hand, but it's like whatever.
Yeah.
But she takes the other hand, and she just acts like she's gonna claw the side of this thing, and I'm just gonna do a spell strike against it. I'm literally gonna do a spell strike with one hand. I am so mad right now.
A claw-based spell strike.
A claw-based. Do I make an attack roll against this thing?
Yeah, attack roll's fine.
Whatever I did.
24 will hit.
Cool. Here's this damage, and here's the produce flame damage. And it can just get wrecked. So it looks like 4 bludgeoning and 9 fire.
The weakness of fire takes us to 19. The bludgeoning, it's resistant and weak. Yeah, so what you do with this...
It's not weak to bludgeoning, though.
No, that's true.
Okay.
Right. Okay, yeah. So with this damage with your spell strike from the inside, you all watch as this pod begins to like pulsate a little bit, and then it explodes outward as Cecile has managed to blast her way with the spell strike out of the pod, and you are no longer potted. You're back to your form.
Okay, thank you. This sucks. I was gonna try and save Bellin. I had to save myself.
Yeah, you had to save yourself. Well, Halar.
All right. You see Hal, he like puts his head in his hands and then he puts his fist down and he looks up and his hair goes yellow and goes to the, like, stands on end. And he does Unleash Psyche.
Very nice.
One action.
Which allows you to heighten all of your cantrips automatically, right?
Yep. And then I look at the sword and I shake my head again. And then the sword starts to spin on its own, and it spins around the room and flies back, and then it flies towards this creature.
Oh, cool.
You're using your sword as a telekinetic projectile? That's so cool.
Yeah, because it's slashing. It's within 30 feet.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, for sure. I love it.
So let's see. That's a natural 20.
Oh my god! Yes. It's a critical hit.
Let's go. Save them, Hal.
Where's the crit? I can't do crit, so just double this. I guess here. Let me amp it.
Yeah, I think you could just roll it and it'll do double damage.
So it's 12 damage, and it's going to take double damage because of the crit. So 24, and it's slashing damage because you're using a longsword, and it's not weak to that, and it's actually not resistant to that. It is weak to that.
It's weak 1, yeah.
Weak 1, so it's a total of
26.
Damn.
22, 23, right?
Nope, it's taking 13 points of damage doubled. Should be 26.
Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't even double it yet. What am I talking about? And then it takes 11 more on top of that. Right? Yeah. Anyways, how would you like to do this?
Hey!
I basically described how it went, and it flew, and you see the sword streaking through the air. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, and it slams right into it.
Nice.
She likes you singing, man.
It's amazing.
And you finish it off, and yeah, the thing, the pod like disintegrates. It collapses into like a pile of vines knotted around itself. There's actually like a loud kind of like death scream that appears on the, I'll call it loudspeaker, but the speaker box on the ceiling, right? That's like giving its breath. And the room goes almost completely quiet, except for the sword. And it starts a rendition of "We Are the Champions" in the background, but you all realize you're not quite champions yet, because right next to you, your friend is currently being devoured by this pod.
Yeah, I immediately run to them.
Yeah, that's fine. I think narratively it makes sense. You run over there. You have a little like rapier, which isn't going to help you, so I think you start ripping at it with your hands.
Yeah, Maurice just gets over there and just rips it with his jaws.
As this thing dies, all of the traps like go dim. All the like activations from the pillars stop. It's not hurting you guys anymore, and you cut out, and so Bellin, you fall out of your cocoon with 1 hit point, barely staying alive, looking up at your friends.
I'll try to heal both Cecile and Bellin.
Battle medicine?
32. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a success. And
you saved me.
You bring her back from the brink.
It's all Cecile. I did nothing.
And
it's Cecile and Hal and his sword.
Yep. And there's this nice moment where you guys have defeated the enemy, right? You've done it. And slowly there's like all the eyes turn back towards this mess of vines, towards this large gemstone, this yellow gemstone sitting on the corpse of whatever this moonflower creature was. And there's a quick flashback to the start of your adventure, back to the wizened old dragon who sent you here on your quest in the first place. And he says, you must find and harness the energy of each of these 5 crystals if we are to have any chance in the battle to come. And back in this chamber, deep beneath the temple, one of these gems is staring back at you. Which of you 5 step forward to accept your gift?
I'm doing CPR on Belen.
I'm getting healed at the moment.
I think Hal should be the one to grab it.
I just go to you, Hal.
I will move
Cecile's
forward
like-
and pick up my mage hand and take it off him and float it towards me slowly. And then
It floats
all
right
the
past
while
in
it's
front of you,
words.
Cecile.
yeah,
Like
the
a
sword
cat.
singing, never gonna give you up. I'm just like, man. All right. And then I'll
Victory.
take the gem.
All right. So as you reach out and grab this crystal, immediately you're filled with the energy from around you, this plant life growing in this chamber deep above. It all fills into you, and your hair, which is right up until this moment was super cyan, like raised and blonde and going crazy, right? Immediately it falls out and you go bald. And then shortly but surely, your hair is replaced by green tiny vines that grows out and replaces your hair. And each of them
I
thorny and
look mighty
barbed.
nine, don't I?
And they like come out and they start cutting your head a little bit as they kind of like thorny grow out of your head and cut against your skin. Shortly, that's not a problem because you notice your skin starts becoming denser, tougher, taking on stone-like qualities. And almost immediately, you begin to hear the whispers of voices from all the plants and flowers around you, competing in your mind with your sword for your attention.
Out loud.
Quiet moment.
Well, at least I have something to concentrate on. Other than the sword, of course. It's like...
And you guys all watch as Hal has done this, and in his like center of his chest, the crystal has fused with him, and he and the crystal are now one.
Oh my god,
Um,
something happened to you.
I don't feel any different. I mean, except for the voices in my head.
You look different, though. You look very different.
It's the hair.
I think I
Yeah.
hit my head too hard.
Oh, sorry, honey. Oh, hang on a
Did
second.
he turn into a
do
plant?
another- I don't know.
He looks like
Cecile,
a
I'll do another treat wounds on both Cecile and
Whoa.
Belen.
As all good heroes, this is not even our final form.
That's right. And as you look at each other, you realize there's still 4 crystals to go, and 4 more of you.
This dawns on Cecile as she's eating on a leaf of the moonflower and is like, throws back up.
And how
Why are you eating? I'm trying to heal you.
and how like the last thing we get, there's like a close-up shot on you, the transformed Hal with the viney hair, the thorny hair, the skin thick. You're transformed, and for that moment you feel a surge of energy from within, a connection with the earth and the plants that you did not have before. And that's where we fade to black and end our Rainbow Gem Hunters one shot.
Woo!
Princess
And it cuts
Bubblegum
to an
Gem.
end credit scene with all of us in a band playing a concert
I was gonna
Beast.
say,
Oh, that's
with
true.
the sword as the lead singer.
she'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around.
Nice.
Roger Rabbit throwback.
That's right. That's a deep cut there.
I know. I am old.
But that's actually going to do it for us tonight. So those of you who stuck with us and enjoyed our one shot, got to see a little bit of the classes in action. Even though I am sorry, Vanessa, that you didn't get to do your ultimate finishing move.
No, it's okay. I had so many dumb names for all of these. I don't know if you want to like put them up somewhere or if I should just tell you what they are.
Let's
but they
hear
are
'em.
dumb. I had Gouging Claw as a spell. It's fantastic, and that was the Super Claw Swipe. And then I had Flaming
Nice.
Pounce, which you kind of saw. And then if I wanted to do Fireball, it was Flaming Pounce Aga in the traditional Final Fantasy fashion. Similarly, I had electric arc, which was kitty first static, and then sudden bolt, which was kitty first static aga, and similar dumb spell names.
Wow.
Maybe we'll
That's
get to see these
awesome.
characters again sometime.
Right?
And oh shoot, I
The other
forgot
4
the one big
gems.
one. The ultimate kitty elemental blast.
What's
Wow.
that?
It was the ultimate kitty elemental blast. I was where she summons the power of all 4 elements to just destroy enemies.
Can you just shout that real quick?
Ultimate kitty elemental blast.
Crashes through like 3 mountains.
How many sessions do you have to charge it
elemental.
for?
Well, it's elemental annihilation wave. That's the greatest part. It's
At least 30 episodes.
a 3. Yeah, really. It's a 3 action spell, but you can also do it for 2 whole rounds and make the area way bigger. So it's just like.
Oh, it really is a multiple.
So it really is spirit bomb.
Seriously, yes.
We're part of it, Cecile.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Maybe we haven't seen the last of these characters. They seem like a fun group to explore
Fun
with.
group.
But, anyways, we
Wait,
had
we
fun
have
tonight. Oh, we got what?
4 more gems. 4 more gems to.
Yeah, there's still 4 more gems to go. Come on. We got okay. So if you assume that all 4 gems are the 4 elements, and then the 5th one is love, what does that gem do? I don't know.
I am going to finally find my husband.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god, I'm gonna get married. Oh my, there's gonna be a Mr. Tagabukid. I cannot wait. Oh my god, I
think
can't.
That's right. Okay.
This is the blessing of Kaden. See, that's why you always have to have faith in him. Oh, she turned back.
The adventure zone.
Yeah. So, big thanks to Sam and Vanessa for coming and playing with us
Thank
tonight.
you, Sam and
Thank
Vanessa.
It's been a lot of fun. I know,
Thank you guys.
Thanks for having me.
yeah, I know we were having a little bit of tech issues with the camera freezing a little bit, and poor Sam was having a hard time with Foundry running. I wish it was a better experience, but I hope you had fun with us at least.
Yes.
Which is
this
doing
a
some weird
blast.
stuff.
We swallowed her with a plant.
I know.
I swallowed you with the plant. I'm sorry.
I
One more
live.
time, Sam and Vanessa, if you guys want to give shout outs so everyone knows where to find you and plug anything you're working on in the future one more time.
Oh, dip. You go first.
Oh, okay. Hello, I'm Sam. I'm also Scribbling Penny. You can catch me on Weave the Tale or Penny for a Tale, or wherever I may wander. I am playing the Chew TTRPG on Friday on Weave the Tale, which is now live on Kickstarter from Imagining Games. And then Sunday, we return to Pathfinder Age of Ashes, where I am playing Poppy Ravenswood. But I can't reveal anything else. She's been gone for 6 months, so
Whoa.
Tune
secret.
in.
Yeah, we just got between books, so
I will say I saw Chew the other day, and I did back in that Kickstarter because it looks like a lot of fun.
it's really fun. I have the comics somewhere, so
Very cool.
it's super exciting.
All right, Vanessa.
Yeah, if you enjoy actual plays, I am on the Roll for Combat 3-ring adventure playing Alhara, a acrobat, a staff acrobat, and then I'm also on the No Direction Network as a co-host of No Direction Beyond, where we talk about Starfinder once a month. So come check us out there. And I am also taking advantage of Pathfinder Infinite, writing some fiction. If you want to follow the story of 2 sisters as they muddle their way through life in Absalom, absolutely check out Vellum and Lace. It should be up in the Pathfinder Infinite store on day 1, and with our very cheap prologue at 20 whole cents, it's a 90% discount from our usual episodes, which will be out monthly for $2 a piece. So
Very
check that
reasonable.
out.
That's really awesome.
yeah, if you enjoyed the Pathfinder Tales line, this is sort of in that same vein. So
Very cool.
cool.
And as for the rest of us, you can find us here on twitch.tv/recallknowledge or youtube.com/c/recallknowledge, where we do weekly Let's Plays where we're playing through the Abomination Vaults, including currently playing through Hands of the Devil, which was written by none other than Vanessa Hoskins herself right here.
What?
She's right here.
I wrote that. I don't remember this. Lies.
Yep. So
I
that
am really curious to see how you
chopped it
finish
up.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How you get through it all.
Yeah, it's tough.
I almost spoiled something by trying to be vague about it and then being not. But yeah.
We need all the help that we can get.
Tell us your
though.
secrets.
Yeah, we are doing
No.
a shortened playthrough. We're doing 8-episode seasons, so we're doing all book to an 8 episodes, which means so much of your awesome content was left on the cutting room floor. But what we've done, the players I think have enjoyed it so far, and they just beat Jafaki and are currently en route to go with Sezik to overthrow her boss.
I mean,
Very nice.
a battle of the bands in a tavern in the middle of a dungeon is pretty awesome. So,
Oh my goodness, thank you. That was the dumbest thing. So quick sidebar. That adventure, it was one where they gave us all the maps ahead of time. I think James Jacobs drew them all. But it was like, hey, here's the maps for your dungeon level floors and, plus a little bit of budget for some custom maps. But like basically here's the big maps. And I remember seeing what looked like a tavern with a stage. And when there's a tavern and a stage, how can you not have a band? So that's how that... Yeah, I had so much fun. That was like the second most fun thing writing in there. So I don't know if you'll encounter the most fun thing. We'll see. So
We'll have to see.
So
But it was written for our group because we had the bard in our group who loved the stage, and we had a Yosoki in our group who got to have a tie-in with a patron down there. So it was really fun.
Very cool.
So
Awesome. Glad to hear it.
So that's going to do it for us tonight on this one shot. Join us next Wednesday at 7 o'clock Pacific as we continue our journey. The last 3 episodes of Hands of the Devil. And yeah, once again, big thank you to Sam and Vanessa. It was a lot of fun playing with you guys and coming in and stepping up and just having a lot of fun with us. Like, thanks. It was a silly, fun change of pace for us. So.
It was very cool. Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Everyone at home that's watching right now, thanks for watching. Everyone that followed during the stream, thanks. Catch us again another show. And I think that's basically it. Bye, everyone.